Why aren't my spells working? Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Amy. I'm a witch, a spiritual guide, and an energy healer. If you're not new here, you already knew that. Today I want to talk about why your spells might not be working, or why you might think that they're not working. And this has a lot to do with the path of least resistance. But before I get into it, please remember, if you found this video useful or you think somebody else will, please like it and share it with somebody else. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos all the time, whenever I feel like it. And if you hit the notification bell, then you'll know when they come up. Now that the mandatories are out of the way, let's talk about why your spells might not be working. So there's a lot of theories about this. There could be a lot of reasons for it, but usually it comes back to one sort of specific condensed root reason, which is that your magic is going to take the path of least resistance. Actually, I might end up doing a series about this. There's a couple of reasons. The first one is that the magic is going to take the path of least resistance. Anytime you have intent, you have your focus set on something in particular, if you're too vague about what you want, like, for example, say you want love in your life, you might be thinking that you want a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or you might be thinking that you want a specific person to show interest in you. You might be thinking you want more love from your parents, but when you do a spell that's a general, like, love attracting spell, something that just brings love to you, it could come in any form. It could come in the form of a new friend. It could come in the form of a new animal companion. It could be something you don't expect, like if you thought you were straight and then it turns out you're not. Like, love is so general. It could even be self-love. You know, it could be a deeper relationship with your deities. Love is so all-encompassing. It is so big. It's such a giant topic, entity, thing, that if you are like, I need love in my life, the universe is going to be like, what is the quickest way to bring love to this person? It's going to go straight to that, whatever it is, and bring it back to you. And this is one of the reasons why specificity, when you're doing spells that are not generalized, doing general spell for love is a great thing to do. Doing general spells for weight loss, for confidence, for courage, for self-love, these are all amazing things to do. But if you want something specific and you use a general spell to get there, it isn't going to work out the way that you expect that it's going to work out, because the universe doesn't understand the intricacies of what is happening in your mind. And if you're not really fully focused on the one single outcome, it is going to go, okay, what fulfills all of these requirements? A, B, and C, there we go. And it's going to find the first thing that fulfills those requirements, and it's going to bring those things to you. So I hope that I explained the path of least resistance well. If I didn't, leave a comment down below or send me a DM on Instagram. We'll talk about it further. Another reason why your spells might not be working is because you are, again, either giving the universe mixed signals. Like I said, if you think you're focusing on one thing, but your heart or your intent is on something else, the universe isn't going to know, like, your magic isn't going to know where to go. It's not going to know which thing to pick, and it's either going to, like, nullify itself, or it'll go the direction you didn't want it to go, or somewhere else. Like I said, it's going to pick something, the nearest thing, the easiest thing that fulfills all the requirements, A, B, and C, and then it's going to bring that to you. And it might not be either of the things that you were focusing on, or that you were being distracted by at the time, which is one of the reasons why meditation and focus and at least creating yourself a sacred space, like a safe space to do your working from, is really important. Because if you are distracted or focused on multiple things, I know this kind of ties into what I just said about the path of least resistance, but if you're focused on multiple things, then nothing is really getting your full attention, and it's really important that your working gets your full attention. Otherwise, what are you doing it for? What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Stop that. Okay. So probably the third thing that I would say can throw your magic off, and this might sound super obvious, you guys, you might even know it's coming, but here it is. You have to believe in what you're doing. You have to believe that you can have it. Because again, if you're like, I believe that I can have love or whatever, and then something in your head is telling you, you don't, you can't, you don't deserve it, it's not for you, this is never gonna work. Or if you're like doing magic to test it out, like you're not sure you believe in it, or you do, but you've had a lot of like backlash from people, then, or from society or from your religion or whatever, and then you're like, well, I'm just gonna see if magic works. I'll just do a test spell and then I'll know, and if it works, I'll believe it. That's not how this works, and I'm sorry. And if that's how you're approaching it, then you should maybe not be, honestly. I would never discourage people in general from exploring their spirituality or practicing witchcraft, but if you're not prepared for the consequences, and you're not prepared to believe in what you're doing, and you're not prepared to like really invest yourself in your spell work, then why are you doing it? It isn't going to go the way you want it to go. The universe has nothing to prove to you. Your magic has nothing to prove to you. Unless you believe that you are doing something that is going to affect your life, unless you believe that you are a co-creator of your life, your universe, your world, then you're not. You're missing a step, and you can't skip that step. You've got to put your belief, your intent in what you're doing. If you don't, nobody's going to do it for you. Like, that's everything. Magic is our power. And I know I've talked about this before. I'll probably link a video somewhere. But magic is, it's intent. Your power, it's just inside of you, right? And it's all around you, and it emanates from you, and your power is just here, right? It's just like, I am a person, and in my person I have power. But it isn't until I put my intent on making something happen physically or mentally or spiritually away from me that power, then some of it will leave my body and go to make that thing happen. Guys, if there are like professional witches watching my videos right now, they're gonna be like, but my point is that, like, I've been where you are. If you're new, if you're a beginner, even if you're not, I'm so stoked you're here. But like, when I was starting out 12 years ago or whatever, it was like, I needed a formula. I needed something that was like A plus B divided by C equals X or whatever. I needed something that made sense to me. And ultimately what it comes down to is that you have to believe in your own power. You have to believe in what you can do and be willing to play with that, explore with it, test your own limits, test your own belief. It's not the same thing as testing the universe or whatever and being like, well, let's see if it works, but it's more like, how far can I go? How big can this be? How much can I affect? How much can I change in my life? It's about not putting, oh, that's another video. Okay. Getting off topic, sorry. So the three main things are the path of least resistance, magic is going to go to the first thing that fulfills the requirements for what you're asking for. The second thing is having dual intentions. If you're focusing on two different things, or you're focusing on one and distracted by another, or even multiple things, your mind's not quiet enough, then you either might not be getting results, or you're not going to be getting the results that you want, or you might not be noticing. The third thing is that you have to believe in what you're doing. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. And I guess there's another thing. The fourth thing is that you can't expect results to happen the way you want them to happen, necessarily. What you're looking for is the end result. You're saying, I want this thing to come to me. This thing is mine. This thing is coming to me, right? But it's not your job to figure out how it's going to get to you. If you're all wrapped up in like finding love a certain way, or getting love a certain way from a certain person or from a certain entity, or like how you're going to learn your self-love or whatever, then you might be missing a gift from the universe or a lesson that is going to help you learn those things or receive those things, and you're not seeing it because you expect it to look like something else. Okay, I'm really done now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. I really appreciated it. I hope this answered your questions. If it didn't, please leave your comments down below. Or if you know of something that could be stopping somebody's magic or keeping it from happening, please put that in the comments down below as well, because it will help people out and it'll help me too. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should be. It's fun. I post pictures of my projects, what I'm doing, what I'm thinking about, and my dog. And who doesn't love my dog? Don't answer that. Everybody loves my dog. Also, if you want to see more content like this from me, consider supporting me on Patreon. Supporters at the first tier will receive a free tarot or oracle reading from me. You'll also get a video shout out. You'll get to have input on future videos, and you get to be a part of the online community that we are building together. So if you want to be a part of the inner circle, head on over to Patreon and check that out. As always, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day.